Hello folks. So I've been in a bit of a downer the last few days, not getting anything done because since my last video with the brake bleeding, just depressed me, honestly. Couldn't figure out what was wrong. So after a million comments from you guys, let's start with the brake pressure. I'll show you all the possibilities and then we'll work through them. That's today's challenge, fix the brakes. So if you want a quick recap, click up there for the brake bleeding video and you'll see the problems I encountered. And now let's go through possible scenarios of why it's not working right. So the brakes do work, but the pedal goes pretty much all the way down to the floor when the engine's running because the vacuum boost, the brake booster, is basically making it far too easy for the brakes, which is exaggerating the amount of lack of pressure I have. So let's start with the obvious that you guys commented on. This brake line that goes to the front is higher than the master cylinder, so that would obviously be a potential for air build-up in that section there. The other thing you suggested was that this, although this pipe comes straight up the way, there's no way to avoid that. I need to tighten this angle a little bit so that the possibility for air to collect here is also reduced. So that's the two things I'm going to do first to try and eliminate the air build-up. Now here's the thing, I presumed that once you bled your brakes, all the air would be out. However, air doesn't necessarily come from outside sources. It can actually build up from inside the system. I can't remember the actual name of the term, but basically you get bubbles of air being created by pressure, which can eventually end up there. And because air compresses much easier than a liquid, you're going to get that spongy feeling. That's the theory. So first of all, let's sort these two pipes. So obviously I need to get the pipe from there to here without being higher than the master cylinder. So I've got two options. I can go along there and up along the firewall, or I can come from here down to here, across to here, under the cross member I guess, back up here and round. I think the firewall is going to be a much easier solution to this, and it also keeps it away from all the workings of the engine. So I'm going to a new bit of pipe from there up to the master cylinder. Let's go. Okay, this pipe, nice and low. That pipe, as low as I can get it without actually folding the pipe. So I just need to remove this again. My little sensor, put in the sensor bypass pin, and wait for my beautiful assistant to come and pump those brakes again, hopefully for the last time. Right, as you saw, we bled the system twice. There is decent pressure, but it's still going further than it should. The pedal's still going further down. And that's the amount of fluid that we've actually ran through it. No bubbles, so I'm pretty confident that we don't have air in the system, which means we need to think about something else. Oh, and if you didn't watch the last video, you're wondering why the fluid's green. I left some Samco hose in it overnight, the blue stuff, and it's the dye's come out. That's why it's green, so don't panic. Right, my next theory is that the pivot point pedal ratio, this is my pedal by the way, that the pivot point is in the wrong place. So what I've done here, I'm going to use these lines as my markers. So that'll be the starting point, that'll be the finish point, and I'm going to change where this pivot point is. So I've marked on here, so the resting point will be there, and then I'll move it from there over to there, and then see where it's stopping at this point. Okay, so for now, that's the middle of the pivot point. It goes to, need to do this by sight, so it moves that much. Okay. It goes from there to there. So what happens if we move it down to here? That's the starting point at the bottom, starting point at the top. Now it goes, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but I've actually got that much more travel by moving the pivot point down. Starting point there. Try not to move the ruler. So it was going to there. With the lower pivot point, it goes to there, which means there's more travel with the push rod going into the master cylinder. So what I'll do, I'll drill a couple of holes below that one and see if that improves it. I can't go too low because then the push rod will be pointing up like that. At the moment it's kind of down a little bit, so I could probably get away with 2 holes. We'll try that. Right, I just went ahead and drilled another 3 holes. I'm going to be making a new pedal anyway, so this is really just experimental. Once I've got the pivot point to the rod pivot set, then I can make a new pedal twice as thick. Because everyone says this is not thick enough, so I can double this up. Right, let's try this in the car. Right, I think we have success. Let me show you what I've done. So I put the pin, this is the pin from a steering wheel by the way, but again this is temporary. So I put the pin in the second hole that I drilled. These are going to be too low. And it was definitely better, but what I decided to do was move the top pivot forward another hole as well. Now the downside is that the pedal is pretty much pointing up to the sky, but that's okay, I'm going to be making a new pedal. The main thing I had to calculate was the distance between here and here. So when I make a new pedal, it will be pretty much like that, but at this point it will kind of curve round away from the foot, and then at the bottom it will come out again. Because, and I'll show you the difference in pedal movement now, or the pedal travel. And it doesn't feel like it's hitting off like the end of the master cylinder. So it's stopping when it gets full pressure rather than, hitting anything solid, which is exactly what I wanted. beforehand, because it wasn't actually getting enough travel on the rod going into the master cylinder, so this was actually hitting the floor before it was reaching full pressure. So what I've done by changing the pivot ratio is to increase the amount of travel of the rod by decreasing the amount of travel of the pedal. Hope that makes sense. Right, the last thing I'm going to try today is start it up and see what the pedal's like with the booster actually working. Hopefully it doesn't hit the floor. Don't worry, it's just brake fluid, it'll burn off. Conclusion? It doesn't feel like it's bottoming out on anything solid, it still feels pressure. It's very light, but God, that's power brakes I guess. Really won't know until I actually get it out on the road, but certainly seems like it's doing what it's supposed to do now. Finally. So let's summarise. First, make sure your pipes, your brake pipes, are below the master cylinder if at all possible. 2, make sure there's no leaks. 3, make sure you bleed the system thoroughly, at least twice with a human if you can. Otherwise, you might need to get a brake bleeding kit. Where are we at? 3, 4. 4, listen to your YouTube subscribers' advice. I think I did about 3 or 4 of the things you suggested, and I think it's finally fixed, and I couldn't have done it without you. I would have probably burned the car by now. No, I wouldn't do that. Right, so that's us for today. Tomorrow I'm going to make a brand new brake pedal. I'm going to make it twice as thick as it currently is. I don't want any sideways movement, pivot angles correct, new pad on it, all that kind of stuff. And if I've got time tomorrow, I will also add the gas pedal and the metal linkage that I'm going. Some people use cable. I'm going to go for old school linkage. I prefer the feel of a solid bar rather than relying on a cable and hoping it doesn't fray. So that's tomorrow's plan. But I think I'm happy about today's success. Pretty sure it's success. Yeah, we'll take that as success, right? Okay, thanks for your help everyone. Thanks for your subscribing, and anyone new, please subscribe or consider subscribing. Share, like. See you tomorrow. Bye.